Welcome to day 58 of Dad Challenge. Let's get started. All right, so yesterday we left off with some challenges with the villagers. Our system wasn't quite robust enough. However, today I think we're going to try something a little bit different. But before we decide on which way we can go, I need to go back up to our map room and take a look at that. Which, hey, that's what our map room's for. How about that? Yeah, so what I'm thinking about, right now our baseline plan's been go to the next neighboring village, transport villagers over to Death Valley, wait for them to grow, and then work on bringing them from Death Valley, which is not a bad plan. Not quite as efficient, though. So, plan A, depending on if we take a look at the map here, we are mostly connected to the next neighboring village, which we really need to name. Maybe we'll just call it Next. How about that for a village name? That's kind of unusual, right? Next. So we need to get to Next. But between Next and Death Valley, so if we go up here and kind of look. So here's Death Valley. Here's Next. There's a large body of water that we use to get there most of the way. We have a little bit of land here. Here's what I'm thinking. Apparently in Minecraft, and I looked this up, so hopefully this is fairly accurate, the typical elevation for large bodies of water is around level 62, give or take. If that's true, then that means the river that goes here, along with the larger river, maybe bay area, whatever you want to call it, should be at the same elevation, meaning we can build or dig out a quick canal and then just bring the villagers from Next all the way to our docking station pretty quickly. That's plan A. Plan B is, instead of going west towards Death Valley, we could trek eastward, and I don't think we can access Sunset because I'm not sure that the water's close enough, but maybe. But we don't know if it connects. Because I was trying to think, can we hit some of these other villages as well? But this would also require a little bit of rework of our dock design. Which way to go? I'm thinking let's do the canal thing. Because if successful, that'd be great. But it also opens up this whole waterway now that we can navigate through by boat. And we can get to some places quicker than others as well. So let's go with plan A. See how that works out for us. And it should work out better than what we've been having, hopefully. And see where that ends up with us. Important point Andy pointed out to us in the comments is, hey, if you need a little more efficiency on the tools, don't forget about copper. And he's right. We have all this copper that we can do work with, and we should take advantage of that. So we're going to do just that while we wait for nightfall to come here. And oops, I'm kind of full. Let me drop off some of the stone tools here real quick. We'll keep one stone. Oh no, we can probably make 2 stone axes. I think we got enough tools to do that, or enough copper to do that here. All right, so we got 1 pickaxe. We need a hoe. We need a 2nd pickaxe. Keep that sword there. And let's see how this works out. Thinking about this, if we're going to build a canal, We're probably going to need a lot of shovels. Am I out of copper? I think so. Alright. This is what the copper's for. We have no shortage of copper around here. Oh, I gotta throw it into the furnace though. Don't I? Yeah. Very good. And I'm going to wait just a couple minutes here, just so we can complete our tool set. And that way we get the earliest start in the morning, working on that canal and taking care of that situation. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Alright, you got 2 pickaxes, 2 shovels. We got an axe. Let's go with another shovel. I just have a feeling we're going to need lots of shovels. And let's go with one more pickaxe. We need 3 copper. Alright. I like the glow from the furnace. It's nice. We don't need all these trees and things here. Potatoes. That goes in the food bin. Alright. Very good. I think I said I wanted one more pickaxe, right? You know what? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Alright. Let's get some sleep. And let's head out. And I just realized I don't want to be eating the potatoes. I want to be eating the cooked potatoes. Ideally. Okay, there we go. Do we take our horse? Nah, let's go on ground. We got a lot of work to do. Don't know that I need anything else with me. And so we're going to have a little bit of scoping out to do. That's okay. So while we meander on our way over here, let's do dad joke of the day. I was going to tell you a joke about construction, but they're still working on it. How about that one? Probably appropriate since we're thinking of taking on a big canal, huh? All right. So the plan, build the canal, take our boats over to Next, and then bring the villagers back. And get them into the docking house area. We have that fenced in. And then we should be able to better experiment. Okay. So, we got a little ways to connect them here, huh? Well, no time like the present. Let's see how this goes. First things first, we need to take this out. Now, hopefully, since these are from large bodies of water, the water will continue to fill in on its own, no problem. And the beauty of it is, I don't think we have to make it that deep. I think we only need to be 1 block. This area is going to be a little tricky to travel, though, because of the currents. Okay, come up. Alright. So it's definitely easier working with blocks that aren't in with the water yet. But okay, this is good. I was a little worried when starting this that we might have to worry about filling in with water. But it looks like as long as we're working across the water's edge, it's self-fulfilling here, which is awesome. Okay, this might not be too bad, guys. It's still going to be tedious. And we're kind of on a diagonal, which doesn't help. But take it, right? We just want to make sure we don't get stuck anywhere. All right, let's because this is higher, let's just kind of go along here and make sure this kind of takes us along the right pathway, which I think it's going to. Yeah, then we can cut straight back here. Okay. This is good. So we'll do this for a little while. Night falls. I think we'll go into Death Valley here. Get some shelter. And see if by luck, I'm not counting on it by any means, we don't have that second villager that happens to be hanging around just show up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. This is why we brought the pickaxe. You know, Andy, I think the copper shovel is definitely a little bit faster here. I think this is going to help us a lot. Although, we may need more by the time we get through this, though. Okay. Not too bad. Let's, we'll work backwards. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if you have too large of a expanse for the water to fill. I'm not sure if it will do that. Okay, pickaxe. Ah, look at here. That's interesting. Why were we able to get it to go pretty good and then we ran out here? Okay, I don't have an iron bucket on me. But alright, we might have to go back and get that. But let's start from this end. And see how far that goes. If not, we're going to have to alter this plan a little. Set up like a... I don't know if we need to set up an infinite water source, but we're going to have to collect water and move it. That's not going to be good. If that's the case. I think 3 blocks is going to be wide enough. 2, in theory, should be. But just in case our boat gets hung up. So this is a little bit ambitious. But I'm getting tired of trying the same thing over and over again. If you know what I mean. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have brought those additional apples, and then we could have picked up that extra horse down here. That would have been thinking. Alright. Well, that's why I have you guys. Let me know in the comments when something that is obvious and I'm not seeing it. Let me know. This is a community effort here. Okay. That actually wasn't horrible. See how far we can get this expand. Alright. Well, we're going to have no endless supply of dirt. That is for sure. See, now this is great how much the water is actually coming with us. Are we running out here though? Looks like it. Okay. Is there anything I can do to release more water? Not sure. Keep an eye on the sun there. Huh. Yeah, I wonder how the game mechanics work with the water like that. Because we're close. But it just, wasn't enough. I can almost keep moving on through on this digging. Without having to like pause. Like this is going pretty good. Alright, can we take care of this last row here? Alright, I think it's time we kind of head back up towards our shelter place. I'm not going to try to race to Death Valley there. Alright, so we'll head back up to Challengsville. Get our buckets. We'll also grab those apples. And then, that should work out well. I don't think I have anything in here of interest. Oh, you know what? We can drop off all this dirt that we don't need, though. Excellent. Anyone need dirt? Dirt for sale. That might be handy coming to Townsville when we start expanding some of our farms, but I think we'll be alright. Alright, can we sleep yet? Very good. Let's head back up to Challengsville. I gotta be mindful of mobs on the side and the shadows here. This is going to be the time killer. Is when I forget something or realize we need something else. And have to make it all the way back to home. Or take advantage of it. Now, what I'm wondering is, I know I have one iron bucket. I thought I had two. I just don't know if that was in the stuff that we lost when we drowned in that underground lake. That was in the cave down there. Wait, there's iron right there. Why didn't I grab that? Oh, it's kind of high up, isn't it? Alright, we gotta remember that for later. I better eat, too. Well, I guess the other bonus is we're going to get quite a bit of sand, which we can use for making more glass. That's going to be handy. Alright, there we go. Question is, where is the iron bucket? I don't know. You know what? While we're looking, let's throw some potatoes on our fire pit here. Iron bucket, are you in here? No. Oh yeah, and another tip by a wilted flower. They mentioned that for efficiency's sake, when clearing out the leaves from the trees, use shears. They thought that that would help. And I believe that's correct. Actually, and I think you can... oh, there's one bucket. You can actually harvest leaf blocks that way. So if we wanted to do little bushes, little origami bushes or something like that around the village, we can certainly do that as well. So thank you for that tip. Okay, we got the apples. We got shears. We'll keep one pair on us because I think these were extra. We'll see if we can't round up an extra horse or two while we're at it. Do I have the leads on me? I got one lead on me. Oh, where did my other lead go? Oh, I have one string. How much string do you need to make a lead? 5 strings. Oh, you don't need the leather at all for the lead. You just need 5 strings. I don't know if I have that much. Just trying to think ahead, guys. It's a long ways back. No, of course not in the map table. Nope. We might be out of luck on that one. Alright. Let's go check the bottom hut here. See what we got going on. Oh, look at that. We can make an extra lead. Okay. Forgot what I was looking for. Bucket. You know what I realized too? The leather pouches are little bundles. Where are those guys? It's just if we can get a second bucket as a backup, that might be handy. They're not in here, right? Alright. How does it only have 4? There we go. I was like, this is weird. I should have more than 5. I should have at least 5 string there, based on my account. Excellent. Okay. Pouches. Maybe they're in here. No? There we go. Forgot to check these guys. Okay, carrots. These are empty. Empty. It's the one bucket. Do I use up any extra iron for another bucket? Because we can really only use one. No, we can use 2 at a time. Alright. I think it's worth the investment. Otherwise, we're just doing a lot of back and forth. This way we can make a water source. Okay. What's a copper bulb? What does that do? Up. Looks like we may not be going anywhere anytime soon. I gotta close that door. Alright. Hold on one sec. Bulb. Copper bulb. You need a blaze rod, redstone. Huh. Maybe some kind of light? I never knew that even existed. Let me know in the comments. What does that do? Alright, let's get some sleep since we have a thunderstorm. Alright, I think we're ready to head out here. Drop the sand. Don't need that. Alright. Our potatoes should be ready. Very good. Okay, let's head back down. See what we can do with the the water here. And I got my apples, leads, and a saddle. Okay. See how this works. I have a skeleton shooting at me somewhere. Where you at? Where's my shield? Alright, we gotta be smarter about that. I was unprepared. That could have been bad. Fortunately, minor damage, no problem. We're good. Yeah, I think we're going to have to try to repopulate some of the sheep in this area too, though. The grass is just getting so tall. All right, well, this will be a good experience here. See if we can make an infinite water source as well. We haven't done that yet. Is that a cave entrance there? Or just a little hole? I think it's a hole. Okay. So, let's get our buckets ready. One bucket there. One bucket there. I gotta get to a water source, I think. One, two. All right. Now, here's the thought. I'm just going to dig out one hole there, one there, and there. Okay, so the idea, put one there, put one there. Now, you have a water source to use. And I should have filled two of those at the same time. We try to be more efficient. Keyword try. Alright, cool. We do have to be mindful of the currents. If we have any of those, it's going to be a little tricky. Oops, I didn't want to take the water source. I got to take from the middle. There we go. We want to be a little careful because the currents will fight against us. Okay, middle. But this isn't horrible. Am I in the middle block? There we go. Middle. Okay, so the infinite water source thing is kind of working out fairly well. Middle. Let's go down to this end. All right. Yeah, we got some unevenness there. That's going to be a little bit of a tricky thing for us. And let's make sure I got a way to climb out of here. Actually, at this point, I can probably just stand up here. There we go. Ah, I screwed that one up. Yeah, we got, you can clearly see we have a down current there. I don't know how you fill that in. We might be okay navigating. Might not be as smooth as we hope. But we just connected the first segment of the canal here. That's not too bad, guys. That was a little better than I thought it was going to be. Are we going to run into problems getting through here? That might be a little tight. We'll kind of find out how that goes. But now let's head over here to the other side of Death Valley. There's some sheep. Yeah. You guys need to keep eating. Alright. We got some copper there. Is there a cave in there? Alright, we might have some new places to go try here with getting some more resources. This is good. Okay, we got our boat primed. I don't think that by any means, so if I hop on the horse, oops, sorry bud, didn't mean to hit you. that's not going to help our chances at all of being able to make friends here, is it? You actually let me ride you without feeding you? Or is that because you're on a leash? There we go. 1, 2, 3. You're hungry, aren't you? 4. I think that means he's mine. Right? I think I overfed him apples. Oh. No, I can't place the saddle on you yet, so you're not mine. Okay, 1. I didn't see the hearts come on. I think I just blew through all our apples, guys. Alright, we'll try again later. Now I gotta get out of the pen. Okay. Back to business, guys. Back to business. There we go. Alright, let's set our spawn point. And in the meantime, okay, we got the one villager there. That's good. I want to search here. Do we have the second guy trapped somewhere? This is where I think a lot of our danger comes from, to be honest. You know what? We can help him out here. Alright. This is another possible troublesome area. I'm not seeing any other villagers around. One time they got stuck down in here. Yeah. I think we're down to 1 in this town. And that's all because we we've wiped them clean for the most part. Okay. So, come morning we let's work on the other side of that canal. I don't think we have far to go. And then I think we're in business here. We got 25 minutes left in the episode. It's not bad. I'm starting to see stars, so let's see if we can go to sleep yet. No. I'm off on that timing. I remember watch the villagers. When he goes in, wherever he went to, you got about 10 seconds afterwards or so that you need. There we go. All right. Be mindful of the shadows, and let's go find out where we need to dig. We have one shovel still left. Okay, the waterway is good here so far. Ah, we got this tricky area to navigate. Whoa! Oh, let's rescue you, guy. How about that, guys? Can you get up there? That is fantastic news. Hopefully you go back to... Yeah, you can have some bread. Here, hold on. This is great news. I was not expecting that. If I drop one... Yeah, aren't you going to take the bread? Oh, that's a baked potato. What am I doing? Bread, bread. Here we go. I want bread. Yeah, there you go. You mean you're not going to grab that? Huh. Compost. Alright, we got to take a little bit of a detour in our goals. Just momentarily. Well, actually, this is still our goal. We are just... Alright, that gets you closer. Don't go down there. No, no, no. No, no, no. Okay, we got to handle the creeper that's coming up. He's coming to get us. Alright, you, mister, should be able to get back. Let's get you on this side. I'm going to take out your compost. With any luck, guys, this village will be repopulating as we work on the canal and work on our way to get back to the other town there. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh, this couldn't be more welcome news, to be honest. All right, here you go. Bread. Good. Where's the other dude? Where are you at, guy? All right. I know we have plenty of beds. Okay. Let's drop off one more piece of bread over here. Oh, this is just great. Okay. Back to the canal building now. Let's make sure I got everything in order. Get the shovel. I think we're okay. All right. So we were going along the water's edge here. That could be a little dangerous there. Okay, so the water continues to go here. And I need to eat. Let's not get caught off guard here. Too many things going on at one time. Okay. This, it's funny. Are we connected? I didn't think, because I thought we had to take them over land, because I didn't think it connected to the, yeah, okay. Because this dead ends up here, right? Yep, that dead ends. We built this little land bridge here. So I don't think this goes anywhere. No. And it was kind of up over this hill. if I recall correctly. Yeah. There's the water there. Nice little waterfall. You know what? What I really need. This map doesn't give me a good enough view, but it looks like path is probably going through here. Yeah, I think so. Right through there. Wow, that's a lot of digging, guys. Although we only need a narrow channel, but that is a lot of digging. We do have kind of a cavern though already, so it might be more of water placement than anything else. Because we're only one block off in height for a lot of this area here. Okay. Yeah, so I was getting back, as this map's kind of large, we might need to go back and get one of our empty maps. And you know what? To make this easy, I'm going to try to go somewhat in a straight path as much as I can. But anyway, we might need to go back and get one of our empty maps. Leave it at the small scale size. Okay. What I'm thinking is that will give us the zoomed in view that we need to make sure we're kind of connecting in the right direction. But I think we're okay though now. Actually, this isn't too bad. We'll just make sure we're ready to break those blocks. I am just so happy that we found that second villager. See, this is where I want to really try to avoid, is we're digging too many blocks high just because of the water level. But it is what it is. I'm wondering maybe we're kind of really digging in here. Just we only go too wide. Let's see. So I can't dig too far over in one direction. Yeah, we got to start cutting that way somehow, somewhere. I think we have to go diagonally through here. Now I'm being mindful that could be a problem for us in there at some point. So let's dig this way a little bit. I'm being mindful of the sun. Okay. Well, the one thing this does do for us is it should take a little bit of pressure off having this canal. Completed. So maybe, just maybe, the canal can become a longer term project. I have no problem assessing the situation, and the conditions, the environment has changed a little bit, then we just go with it. No issue at all. But we need to get back to get some shelter here before it gets too dark. I already may have pushed it too much. I think we'll be okay though. Just got to be mindful. There's this big ravine we might have to cross. All right, I think we're good though. Excellent. Here, while we're here, let's grab a little more hay. I just realized I just jumped something I probably should not have. Okay. Get some sleep. Let's see how things are looking here in the morning. Do we have any little baby villagers running around? Or did we have pillagers sneak in and take them out? This village got too quiet, didn't it? Hey, all right. We got one baby villager. That's a great sign. I'm liking that. That's good news. Let's see where we are in the bread situation. Let's feed you so you can grow. There you go. Cartographer is not in here. Why not? I don't know, but let's drop off some dirt blocks that we don't need. That worries me a little bit. So we got a baby villager. Where'd our other villagers go? What is going on? All right, 12 minutes left. Okay, there we go. He's clear over here. Jeez. Okay, at least we got two. I don't know where the third one went. And he didn't take the bread. Alright. Okay, you went back to your hut. Here, I'm just going to leave that there. If you grab it, you grab it. I don't care. Okay, good. Here's this guy. And then is the baby villager still in here? Yes. Okay, we got 3. Hopefully we have more when we come back later. I do need to make some more shovels because we're going to be out. So here's what I'm thinking. If this population grows faster than what we can get the canal done with, then so be it. And we'll just bring them back. I don't need that many sticks though. There we go. All right, shovels. 1. I don't need 1,000 shovels though either. All right, very good. Question is, do I have enough working stations for everybody? That might be the other thing that's limiting. Let's let's place a couple more, just because we can. I think we got 1 bed there, 1 bed there, 1 bed there, 1 bed there. We might have to place another bed or 2. That could be a little bit of a limiter for us, but just want to make sure everyone's got a bed and a job. That is so key. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this canal, and we'll come back and check on them. Hopefully this isn't too ambitious of a project. I think it will be nice though. I mean, after all, yeah, the Panama Canal, Suez Canal, it's a real thing. Now I just gotta find it. Okay, I know where it is now. There we go. Yeah, we're on the high side over here. So we gotta come back around. So I thought. Oh, I see what happened. I went right and I should have gone left. Might have to use our different colored banner markers to mark where the canal goes. I'm getting all turned around here. What is going on? Okay, Death Valley's that way. No. Death Valley's this way. I completely lost where we were digging the canal. Okay, so this is the big body of water. It goes along Death Valley. All right, now I should be able to go this way. I don't know what I did, guys. I really don't. Coming in here. I'm burning through my food because I'm running all over the place. Here, cook pork chop. There we go. Let's swap that out with the water bucket so that's handy. So it's got to be through here. Gosh, maybe this is a bigger project than I realized. There it is. Okay. Phew. I was gonna say, I'm like, am I going crazy here? All right, let's bust this open so it's easier to find. And there you go. That's the problem we're going to run into, right? That's not going to be self-fulfilling. All right. 1, 2, 3. Bucket and bucket. Okay. So let's take you there. Take you there. This is the tedious part. And they have to be so close to each other too. If I had more iron, I would make more buckets. Too bad you can't make copper buckets. That would be nice. Yeah, we got some... I hope those holes don't become problematic for us, but... Alright. Yeah, we could do it, something, what, is it the Erie Canal up in New York? Some places it's, I think it's pretty narrow actually all through, but they have like a little sidewalk that goes along, and of course you could have some lights and things like that. Light it up. That'd be pretty cool. In time. I think that's going to be one of our lower priorities. Sun's starting to go down. All right, let's head back. See how the villagers are doing here. Make sure I'm heading in the right direction. All right, we got 4 minutes left in the episode. I do believe, if all works out well, we'll be ready in the morning to try to transport villagers again. I know it kind of takes us back to our old method, but I think we came out ahead in that. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I could have bit that. I think we come back out way ahead since we found the second villager. And I was not anticipating that we could regrow the population here so quickly. All right, let's take a population count in the morning and see where we stand. I'm wondering, do we have enough beds to really get this place thriving? Okay. So this one little guy shouldn't be so little anymore. You still are, aren't you? All right. Okay. You need more bread? I gotta make the bread. That's right. Okay, there's bread for you. That's not what I wanted to happen. There we go. All right, let's make more bread. We should be able to do that. I need... that's my problem. All right, hold on. I need a chest in here, badly. Okay. Chest. Can go right there. Awesome. Okay, don't we need those? What else can I drop? Cobblestone. Don't need the bones right now. I kind of almost need everything else. Let's leave the leads here for a second, just to give us a little more space to work with. All right. So now, got that. Excellent. Now we can do the bread. Oh, I got 4 loaves. Wow. That goes fast. Okay. I have another thought. Let's give them something to work on too. Right? We need let's get a water source here too. Maybe I should put the water source right there. All right. We're getting there. Time's running low. All right. So we got 1 full villager here. This is good. There's bread for you. We got this guy, baby villager in there. We got this guy here. Just gonna keep feeding you bread. Do we have anyone occupying these houses yet? I don't know. No? Sometimes I wonder, and I don't know if this helps. Why did I just take out the door? There we go. What I meant to do is take out the bed and then replace it. Does that make it new, Or do you have to actually make a new bed? I have no idea. Okay. And we're out of time. All right. Uh, Very interesting day. So we came up with an ambitious plan to make a canal. Basically, make it easier to meet that other village, which we now call Next. That was going well, but we had a surprise. We relocated a second villager in Death Valley. So we're simultaneously trying to grow that population, and tomorrow we'll see what looks like the best pathway forward is. I'm thinking if we got at least 5 villagers in Death Valley, let's round 2 up and try to transport them. Otherwise, we'll keep working on that canal, and then that'll give us another population to pull from. So that's the goal for tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later.